It's MMA related, and it's actually quite awesome.
Okay.
I was refereeing an MMA night, and
were you drunk?
Just before the fights were about to start, I had to run a rules meeting. So I went into we have the blue corner and the red corner, and we were separate rules meetings. Same rules, but different corners to hear my different.
Wouldn't be fair if they had different rules.
Yeah, they decided to keep them the same this time.
Yeah, good.
So I go into the first corner, I read the rules, answer the questions, everything's just fine. I walk into the second corner to go through the rules with all the guys in the blue corner. I walk in the door, and there's these two guys. They were getting ready to fight later on that night. They were both from a kung fu school.
Ooh.
They were both in horse stance in front of big cement pillars, punching the pillars as hard as they could.
Wow.
Over and over and over.
Nice.
And so I took one step in. I saw this. I didn't know what to do. I had to turn around, gather myself. I think I came back about 10 minutes later to go through. They were done the horse stance, thank God. The building did stay standing. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
To see two kung fu guys going...
And they were going to fight each other?
No.
Oh.
They were just... They each had a pillar.
Oh.
They were in their horse stance, not moving from
Wow.
the horse stance, and punching the pillar. It was funny. It was...
So did they end up fighting anybody that night?
They both ended up fighting.
And how did they do?
And they both ended up losing.
Really?
Well, surprise, with the horse stance and everything.
The key to this, though, was that the pillar never tried to hit them back.
Right.
Their opponents probably did.
Right. So you're fighting Remy Morvan at W1 March 28th, right?
Right.
Have you been preparing any horse stance?
Not so much the horse stance, just the dim mock and a little bit of breathing exercises.
Right.
And lots of medicine ball push-ups. Those are really important.
Any other type of death touch moves you got going on?
I'm just kind of getting into it right now, so that's where it's starting.
Hey, Sean, let me ask you, did you watch the UFC on the weekend?
I did. Yeah, I did.
What did you think of Diego Sanchez walking to the ring?
That was one of the most interesting entrances I've ever seen.
What do you think he was on?
Stevia.
Stevia.
That's right, Stevia.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you notice that he was foaming at the mouth?
That was the Stevia. When you mix the Stevia with water, if you don't take off that soapy scum at the top when you're drinking your pure H2O, you'll get the foamy mouth.
I see. Anyone who has no idea what we're talking about, just Google Stevia. It really...
Sean, and is that how you're going to cut weight for this one?
You know what? I was thinking about it, but I think I'm going to stick with the good old-fashioned diet.
Hey, the rumors are that you're, in the off-season, you're kind of a fat bastard. Is that true?
It could be true.
Yeah. Like how... You fight at 135, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like me. I'm probably never going to fight you because you're 6-1, and I'd probably kill you. No, no, I probably wouldn't like to fight you. Sean is definitely kind of top 10-ish in bantamweight. But so you fight at 135. How fat can you get in between fights?
You like a
I haven't
deuce and a half?
since October, and I checked my weight last week, and I'll be honest with you, Rob. Normally, when I was in fighting shape, I was normally walking around between 150, 155 tops.
Yeah.
And that's still kind of a little bit chubbier.
That's
Normally,
a lot, That's a lot for a 135-pound guy.
And you're 4'9"?
Is that what Joe told you?
That's what Joe told us.
I am 5'6" ish.
6-ish. Right. So normally like low buck 50s, right? And where were you at a couple weeks ago?
I was 161 last week.
So
wow.
So
that's pretty big.
That's 46 pounds above your fighting weight.
That's pretty close to being fat guy in a little coat.
No, that's...
I think you
26 pounds. 26
That's
pounds.
Robin math we're working on right now.
Yeah.
Divide everything by 2.
We got free Grolsch on the show. It's apparently a beer. I don't know. Hey, what kind of beer do you drink in Regina?
Guinness.
Oh, wow.
Sean McManus, if you're listening.
Yeah, Sean McManus is not listening.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Sean McManus writes for a web... This is all inside jokes, because really it doesn't matter. There's like 3 people watching, right? But... so, Sean, we got to let you go, but we're going to bring you back on after your fight. But I'd like to call you like the Tuesday immediately after your fight while you're still on a complete bender.
You know what? I think we can arrange that.
Can we also get your girlfriend on the line?
Nice trip.
Sean?
Yeah?
Can we also get your girlfriend on the line at the same time, just so we can talk about your post-fight performance?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'd like.
We're actually not joking. That's we really do want
would like to hear, like, you know, what happens. Do you go back and like try to pretend to romance her and whisper in her ear and stuff, and then just fall down dead, or can you just like try to shoot pool with a rope with your tiny wang, or like what do you do? You know?
No, that's a good question because I don't really remember. I don't know. As far as I know, I just passed out.
So
Okay,
7 professional fights, and then 2 fights that are considered amateur,
Yeah.
and after all of them, you really don't remember anything?
I've never had sex after a fight. I'm quite positive.
Like even with a dude? Because Sean, I think, I
Well,
believe.
you know what? At one time, I woke up. No, never mind. I don't want to.
No, you really don't. Well, Sean Quinn, I'm going to see you in Gatineau on March 28th because I'm going to be calling your fight for W1 for the Fight Network.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, all I'm going to do is describe like your haircut and how your butt looks in shorts and stuff. Like we're not even going to talk about like the fight.
Be sure to mention my lack of tattoos because I want people to know that I've got a severe disadvantage here.
Yeah. Well, you know, what, you have no tattoos?
Well, I've got one tattoo, but it's just an itty-bitty cougar.
Did you get it in prison?
You know what? No, I didn't get a tattoo.
Sorry, your tattoo's a cougar. How old's your girlfriend?
Yeah.
She's my age.
Yeah. Oh. So you're also 49.
You're just dreaming
Yeah.
about the older chicks.
Well, we're going to let you go, Sean. For anybody who doesn't know what MMA.tv is, it's a website that on it there is a message board. Go to the Canadian Underground, and you'll see me and Sean just talk absolute garbage about MMA on there. But
I just need to quickly shout out and say, fuck the UG. Thank you.
Yeah, he would just like to say fuck the Underground, which is on MMA.tv. But Sean, thanks for coming on, and I will see you on the internet tomorrow. Best of luck on the 28th, man.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
Bye.
you too.
Bye-bye.
All right, up next, I think Robin and I are going to have a little bit of a debate because when we watched UFC 95, we had a bit of a different opinion.
We did.
I watched Josh Koschek get knocked out.
Yes.
And you think it was a good stoppage. You thought it was stopped at about the right time. I think Josh was a little bit ripped off.
Well,
a little bit early.
when you get punched in the face by a professional athlete and your eyes roll back into your head and you bounce your head off a mat and your brain bangs off the front and back of your skull, you're out. And
he might have been out, but here's the thing. Koschek was grabbing, his arms were coming up, and you got to give him a chance to at least come. No. He was up like defending himself. His arms kind of rose up. He was out for maybe like about a second, but the Paulo Thiago wasn't even over there yet. I mean, it was completely just like an early interruption.
When your eyes roll back in the back of your head, and you've received brain trauma, and you're out, the referee's job is to protect these guys from themselves. Have you ever been drilled in the face by a professional athlete?
Yes.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I've been kicked in the spine. I've also been kicked in the face.
By
I've been
a
punched
professional fighter.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, sorry, that was something totally different. Anyway, so okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you have, and that's cool. But have you ever been knocked out?
You know what? I never have.
Okay, so you don't really have an opinion on this.
Yeah, I do have an opinion.
Well, you have your opinion, but you can't say from your experience.
No,
because Koschek was up and rolling around. Here's the deal, though: if they intervene too early, Koschek's record drops, and then next time he fights, he goes into the undercard rather than on the main event, and he loses money. And this is his livelihood. I mean, he's built his entire career around doing this. And it's not just Koschek.
He is willing to put himself at great medical risk, and it's the job of the ref to not let him.
So you think a couple hammer fists is going to be the huge, significant difference? And if he defends himself, if he grabs his opponent, hauls him in, and goes, and starts to protect himself, what's wrong with that? And what's wrong with recovering? What about Nogueira? I mean, Nogueira's come close to losing several times in a row. Well, not about in a row, but anyway, come close to losing several times, and he's bounced back because he's had a moment to recover. He grabs onto the guy and holds him in, and he recovers.
Nogueira's not a great example. Everybody loves Nogueira, but the man looks 60 years old.
Yeah, but that's just genetics.
No, his brother doesn't look, his twin brother doesn't look as old as he does. That's genetics. The man has taken so much of a beating at 33, he seems shot. And I hate saying it because everybody loves Nogueira.
Okay.
He's a wonderful fighter. Right. He's got an amazing spirit and an amazing heart, but the dude has taken so many beatings.